So we've all been trying to figure out what the hell is going on with episode 5 of the Amazing Digital Circus, but now that we've seen the new teasers, I think the full picture is finally starting to come together. And the more I look at the different locations and teaser images, the more I think that this episode is not just gonna be random chaos. I think the chaos is the point, because based on everything we've seen so far, I'm pretty sure that Kane is glitching again, or maybe even fully breaking down. Because we already saw in episode 3 how affected he was when Zubul told him that nobody liked his adventures, and then in episode 4 he almost gave up and he just used the suggestion box. So if you connect those two moments, it makes total sense that now he would start trying way too hard to get it right. And that's where all these disconnected teaser images come in, because now we have even more. First there was the safari one, then the office, then the softball stadium, then the mafia themed one, which by the way might be the most confusing yet. Ragatha is dressed like a baddie, Jax is sitting like a mafia boss with a cigar hanging from his mouth, and it looks like they're in some kind of mob boss meeting. And this would be weird enough on its own, but the VacuWatch.com site also updated again, and the mafia teaser text is even more ridiculous than the others. It says, Pomni's mob life is in deep trouble when she discovers what exactly happens when you double-cross the family. So yeah, apparently Pomni has a mob life now, and she's in trouble with the family. And to be honest, it kinda looks like the Amazing Digital Circus is having a crossover with the Gaslight District, which I wouldn't be opposed to. And this is all coming after a sports episode, an office episode, and a jungle safari. So at this point, I really don't think it's a case of them teasing multiple episodes out of order. I think all of this happens in episode 5, because in a lot of these teaser images, the characters don't even seem fully immersed. Like in the stadium one, they are clearly confused. In the office setup, they look kind of bored, and in this new mafia one, Ragatha's just standing there like she's doing costume rehearsal, not actually part of a story. So it's not like they are excited or even involved. They are just being dragged from one setup to the next, and most of the time they don't even react. Like they are not being given time to process anything before Kane yanks them into the next scene. So here's what I think is actually happening. After episode 4, Kane probably asked the circus members to submit ideas for the next adventure, and instead of picking one, he just throws all of them into the same episode. So we start in the safari, then we cut to an office, then a softball game, and so on. And the episode keeps jumping like that because Kane can decide which idea will actually make everyone happy. Or maybe it's even worse than that. Maybe he's switching locations over and over because nobody's reacting the way he wants them to, and he's trying to force a reaction. But there's another theory that also makes a lot of sense, and that's the idea that maybe the characters are the ones abusing the suggestion box. Because in episode 4, it looked like a simple idea. Let the circus members write down what they want and pick something from that. But what if they are all submitting joke suggestions or overly specific ones just to mess with Kane? Like what if someone wrote mafia betrayal dinner scene where Pomni gets whacked by Ragatha, and Kane, being Kane, took it literally and threw them into a full-on mob adventure. And the same thing goes for all the different adventures that we've seen teasers for. If the suggestion box isn't filtered and they are not taking it seriously, then the chaos might not be coming from Kane losing control, but from the others taking advantage of him. And I think this is exactly what Gooseworx meant when she shared the out-of-context line, "Democracy sucks." Like, just imagine all the circus members voting for different adventures, and instead of narrowing it down, Kane tries to please everyone at the same time. And of course that's not going to work, because if the episode is still around 25 minutes like the others, there's no way they can actually finish a full story in each location. So instead we just get rapid cuts, new outfits, new setting, new plot, and nobody's really happy with any of it. But Gooseworx also shared that most of the outfit changes will happen in one particular episode, so I'm thinking that it's definitely going to be this one with all the locations and different adventures. And yeah, the rapid fire adventure change could be fun, and it would for sure have interesting moments between the characters, especially if they are all dropped into different roles over and over again without warning. But I'm still wondering, how is this gonna be a Ragatha and Jax focused episode? Like, based on the teaser images, it kinda looks like each character maybe gets to choose an adventure, or maybe it's Kane who can't find the right one. But either way, it doesn't really feel like it's gonna focus on one or two characters the way we expected, unless there's something else going on under the surface. And maybe this whole thing could actually be because of Ragatha and not Kane. I think that would be a really interesting twist too, because as we know, Ragatha is basically a people pleaser. Like, she always tries to keep the peace and she avoids conflict, even when it's clear that she's holding a lot back. So what if this time it's not even Kane that's glitching, but Ragatha is the one pushing things to keep changing? Maybe she's the one who keeps trying to come up with the perfect adventure that everyone will enjoy, and she keeps suggesting new ones every time someone seems even slightly unhappy. Not because she wants control, but because she can't stand the thought of anyone being upset with her. And maybe Kane's just going along with it, like maybe he's letting her take the lead, either because he thinks it will work or because he's too tired to argue. And if that's what's happening, then it could totally reframe this episode as Ragatha's mental unraveling instead of Kane's. Because just think about it, if Ragatha is constantly trying to guess what will make everyone happy and nothing is working, then that could be the moment where she finally breaks, especially if she's doing it not just for the group but for Jack specifically, because their dynamic has always been a little weird. He clearly enjoys annoying her and she just sort of tolerates it, but what if this is the episode where she stops tolerating it? Like maybe all this trying to please everyone stuff builds up and then she snaps. And if Kane has been following her lead up to that point, that could be the thing that makes him break too, because without Ragatha keeping the group balanced, maybe the whole system collapses. And it would also make sense with Gooseworx saying this is the silly before the storm episode, because on the surface it looks like a light-hearted mix of adventures, costume changes, weird vibes, but under that you've got Ragatha trying to carry the whole group emotionally, while Jax keeps pushing her buttons and Kane keeps losing faith in his role. And all of that tension could explode by the end of the episode, setting up whatever the storm is supposed to be in episode 6. So yeah, I think this episode is gonna start off like a joke, but it's actually gonna end up being one of the most important ones. It's the halfway point of the season, it's the one where everything starts shifting, and it's probably the last time things are even going to pretend to be normal. And I think we're going to see all of that unfold through this mess of interrupted adventures, characters who can't get a grip on the situation, and an AI that's running out of control. But what I'm hoping is that this Friday we finally get the trailer, because that would at least give us more context. Based on Glitch's usual pattern, they drop the trailer 2 weeks before the episode's release, so if it comes out on Friday, that would mean that episode 5 drops on June 27th, which honestly sounds about right. But maybe it's also possible that this time they are only waiting a week to release the episode after they share the trailer video, because that would line up with the leaked release date, which was June 20th. At this point, nothing is certain, and each day could completely shake up what we've thought just the day before, so don't hold me accountable. But let me know what you think about the newest teasers down in the comments. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.